Okay, we're live. You're live. We are alive. I am KG. This is Rough to Be Buff TV, and today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to calculate your calories as well as your macros in order for you to hit your weight loss or fitness goals. The first way that we're going to do this is very simple. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this. It's called the World Wide Web, what's called, or maybe the intranet, some people call it. We're basically going to use a calorie calculator and a macro calculator that uses an algorithm based on your goals that literally is absolutely for free, and it will spit out the numbers that you need to stay within in order for you to hit your goals. Now that's the first way. The second way is probably a little bit more accurate, a little bit more time consuming. You are going to get accurate averages based off of what you are doing. So we'll wait till the end of the video and I'll tell you guys about the second way to get a more accurate outlook or get a more accurate detailed idea of what your calories or macros should be. So without further ado, let's get into the calorie and macro calculator. Okay guys, so the website you want to go to is calculator.net. This is very simple to do. You're going to put in some basic information. Your age, your gender, your height. I am not 6'10", I'm 6 foot. My body weight is 210 pounds. And then your activity level, okay? It's going to give you a drop-down menu here. So try to be as accurate with your activity level. These do come pretty close to what your numbers should be. So sedentary, light, moderate, active, very active, and extra active. Now I'm going to choose active, which is daily exercise, which is basically like my work. I'm on my feet all day. I'm picking up weights. I'm getting up, getting down. And I do work out 3 to 4 times a week. So that's the activity level I'm going to select. We're going to go to calculate. You have 4 different numbers here. The top number is your maintenance calories. If I were to continue to eat 2,992 calories, I would maintain my 210 pound frame. If I reduce my calories to 92%, 2,742 calories, that would result in about a half pound a week. If I were to reduce it by 17%, which is 2,492, I would be losing a pound a week, 1,992, 2 pounds a week. I want to make very clear what healthy weight loss is a month, and this is not a sexy answer. I know we want to have a sexy answer. 10 pounds a week is what you want to hear. That is not the truth. 3 to 8 pounds a month is what you guys should be shooting for. Now, 8 pounds a month is on the extreme end. For bigger individuals, that's going to be very easy. But I repeat, 3 to 8 pounds a month is what you want to be shooting for. That is for long-term success. Anything above 8 pounds, even 8 pounds consistently a month, would be considered extreme dieting. The more extreme your diet, the more extreme there's a potential rebound effect that you may fall off of your diet, that this is a diet that's too low calorically. You may be potentially putting yourself through too much famine or too much stress, and it's not maintainable for the long term. So I would recommend somewhere between 1 pound and a half pound a week. So you don't have to be dead accurate, like I have to exactly hit 2,492 calories. You need to give yourself a range because it's not about perfection. It's just about being accurate. So ideally, what I try to hit when I'm in a fat loss phase is about 2,400 calories. I give myself an upper end of about 2,750. So that's a variance or a window of 350 calories plus or minus. I need to fall somewhere between those numbers, 2,492 and 2,742. Okay, as long as I am below 2,992 calories, I should be losing weight. This is where measuring your food is very, very important in understanding portion sizes, because people can often over or underreport their food 40 to 60% inaccurate, either plus or minus. So bust out your food scale and measure your food. It's very important, because the 2 most important things that I want you guys to remember, this is the most important thing from this vlog, that you guys need to hit your calories and you need to hit your protein numbers. The carbohydrates and fats, let them fall where they may. Those are the 2 most important things. Hit your calorie goals and be accurate, measure your food, and hit your protein. You want to maintain as much muscle you have on your frame And that's the most important thing. Okay, so we're going to move over onto our macro calculator. So now that we have our calories, we're going to move over to our macro calculator, which is basically a little tab right over here. We're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put in my age, my height. I am 6 foot. I am 210 pounds. My activity level is active. And I'm going to put my goal for just 1 pound of weight loss a week. I don't want it to be too slow. Slow is fine, but I don't want it to be extreme. And you could also put this for weight gain if you're someone who's looking to gain weight. So I'm going to put 1 pound a week and then calculate. This is going to bring up my macros. Now, what your macros are, macros is short for macronutrient. There's 3 different macros: your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. Like I said, the most important thing is hitting your protein goals. And you see these little blue tabs here, they have a low fat, low carb, high protein, and then you can create your own. Low carb, I would recommend this for someone who does not want to exercise. You're just a sedentary individual, you hate going to the gym, you don't want to work out. This would be good for you. I like a more balanced approach or a high protein approach. So if I'm looking at just my balanced approach, it's recommending 152 grams of protein a day. My lower end would be 95. That would be a terrible, terrible day. 213 would be the upper. So I want my numbers to be somewhere between what it's recommending, 152, or 213. Like I said, it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfection. It just needs to be accurate and somewhere within that range. Hit your protein goals. Let the carbohydrates and fats fall where they may, and hit your protein goals and stay within your calorie ranges. That is the most important thing, guys. So now that we have our macros and we have our calories based on calculator.net, completely free, I'm going to go over the second way for you guys to calculate your calories and your macros. This is a different option, not using an online calculator. It's a little bit more time consuming. It is more accurate. It's going to be based off of averages that you normally do based on your eating habits right now. So let's get into that. So now that we've looked over the calorie calculator and the macro calculator, which was very simple, right? Completely for free, unbelievable that the internet offers such easy, applicable advice. The second way you guys can find your calorie or macro goals takes a little bit more time, but this is actually more accurate. So here's what you're gonna have to do. Open up MyFitnessPal, and you're going to have to log your food as if this is what you normally eat. So if you normally wake up and you have a grande tall white mocha frappuccino from Starbucks, and you have McDonald's for lunch, and you have a steak dinner, and then you have a midnight marshmallow snack, those are the things that you want to log. You need to log your food as you would regularly eat. Log your food for 7 days in a row and eat normal. Do not start a diet. Just eat as you normally would. Now, what you're going to do in MyFitnessPal is then you're going to take a look at your averages, because your weight loss is a law of averages. What you've been doing and what you've been consuming has given you the body that you have today. So whatever those averages come out to, let's say you log all of your food as if you would normally eat all 7 days, and at the end of those 7 days, your average calories per day, let's just use an arbitrary number. Let's say it comes to 2,500 calories. Best advice that I could give you is take that 2,500 calories. In order for you to put yourself in a weight loss phase, you need to be in a caloric deficit. That means you need to be eating less than you were before. That's the biggest thing, eating less than you were before. Now, you don't want that deficit to be massive. You don't want to go from eating 2,500 calories a day and then cutting that in half to like 1,250. That's too much of an energy deficit, and you're gonna end up feeling like this. You're like, oh, Kyle, I'm dieting. I'm dying. I'm dead. I can't eat like this. And then you end up going through a huge binge, and then that's the worst way you can go about it, is creating too big of a deficit. So if you've been hitting 2,500 calories, the best thing that you can do is reduce your calories by about 20% every single day based off of what your average was. So 20% of 2,500, you're gonna be reducing your calories by somewhere between 300 and 400 calories a day. That way you're creating a small energy deficit each day and you're able to maintain that diet for long term. Because what I've found with a lot of my clients, and in my own experience when I was younger, is that I would create this huge caloric deficit. I would drop my carbohydrates, I would drop my fats, I would even drop my proteins way too low. I would lose all of my precious muscle and I would start feeling really, really crappy. The last thing you want to do is lose precious muscle. And that energy deficit would be so huge that pretty soon, and it's usually at about this 2 or 3 week mark, where people start to feel, oh my God, Kyle, I'm dieting, I'm dying. That's when they usually start feeling like that, and it's usually like around that 2 or 3 week mark, people completely fall off the wagon. They can't maintain their diet because dieting is just too difficult, because you're creating too much of an energy deficit. So that's all I got for you guys today. I wanted to make it short and quick with my explanation. So if you don't want to log your food for all 7 days, use the calorie calculator. Those are pretty accurate from what I found, and you need to eat and log accurately. So if it gives you 1,800 calories, you need to eat an actual 1,800 calories. You need to actually measure your food. You need to be precise with your measurements, because most people that report their food or log their food, they either over-report their food or under-report their food by 40 to 60%. Okay, that is a massive room for error. Bust out your food scale. I'm gonna link those videos after this video. And if you need to learn how to log your food and measure your food, I got videos for you. Bust out the scale and be accurate. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave in the comment section below what you learned today, and thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time here at the roughest to be buffest place on all of YouTube TV. Peace.